Hey guys, Steve here from Scotch and Things, and I just wanted to do a quick video on my DPMS AR15. It's the, I think they're Panther. I mean, the name's kind of confusing. Is it or Panther DPMS Oracle? I think that's the correct one. And this is my first AR15, and this is going to be kind of like the should you buy a budget 1911 video. And so here it is. Should you buy a budget AR-15? I bought this gun about 2.5 years ago, right after it was on a Black Friday sale for like 470 bucks. And now you can get them, you know, this is after the election. I bought it before the election, a year before the election. This now you can get them. I've seen these as low as 440, but they're around the 450, say, to $500 price range. And now, because Trump's in office, there's kind of a sales slump. People are, I mean, the prices have gone way down, except on the higher end ones like the Daniel Defense and those types of rifles. I've seen those prices have stayed relatively where they are, but like the DPMSs, the Rugers, which I've heard are phenomenal rifles, and the M&P Sports from Smith & Wesson are also fantastic. And there's a bunch. I mean, AR-15s, from what I've gathered, there's about it seems like there's a million different makers out there. So you can you can really do whatever you want with them. I kind of liken it to AR-15 is to the rifle world what Glock is to the pistol world. There's your standard gun, and then the ends, the limits to how you want to modify them. This one came with their standard, which other guys have talked about in reviews too, their kind of proprietary buttstock, and it was kind of, it wasn't, I mean, I just didn't like the looks of it. Then I went with a Magpul one, and it was okay, but what I really liked when I saw it and felt it in the weight was this Mission First Tactical. I believe it's called the Minimalist stock, buttstock, and it just fits really great in the shoulder, and it's light, and it's just really nice. This gun basically came with the plastic glazier, however you say it, style handguard, a plastic grip, and then that buttstock I just showed you. It didn't come with any optic. It came optics ready with the rail, and that's how the gun comes. And they say it's a mil-spec gun, except for the buffer tube is a commercial length. So that's just a point to know. But everything else is mil-spec. Oh, I also changed out the charging handle to a BCM gunfighter charging handle. I really like that. So then what I changed was I put this MFT buttstock on. I put a Magpul. I can't remember which model it is, but it was cheaper. It was like 26 bucks. It's rubberized. I just liked how it felt in the hand. I changed out, because, you know, quad rails were all the thing at that time, to this just cheap, because it was my first gun and I didn't really know a lot about ARs, so I bought this cheap NC Star handguard. It was like 45 bucks. Not super light, not super heavy. And then what I didn't like, because this is a carbine length, it just, when I had it in the hand and was shooting, it just felt kind of too close for me. So I started looking into extending, you know, getting a mid-length gas tube in and stuff like that. And then I thought, God, how much money do I want to get in this gun? So I just bought a Magpul 4-grip, and that was like 12, 15 bucks, something like that. I do eventually, honestly, I don't shoot this gun enough to do any more mods to it. I should, because I don't really like this handguard. I did put a Vortex Strikefire 2 optic on there. I really like that, and hell, this was 200 bucks, so almost half the cost of the gun. The gun shipped with one metal GI mag, and I haven't used this one. I've never shot a single round through it. I was doing some research online, and guys said these, I believe they were these D&H mags, that they liked them, but I didn't like I just didn't like the follower. I know I can put a different anti-tilt follower in, but I just didn't want to mess around with that. So I've got a bunch of Magpul mags, Hex mags, and the Men 2 mags, and they all fit and they're great. They all drop free. I don't have any problems with them. The gun has been phenomenal for what I do. Like I said, I only shoot about 1,000 to 1,500 rounds through this a year, so this gun only has maybe 28 to 3,500 rounds through it. Not a lot. It's not a lot compared to some guys. So for me, when I say should you buy a budget AR-15, if you're someone like me who's not going to be doing a lot of shooting with it, I think absolutely. This gun hasn't malfunctioned one time on me. I haven't had any problems with it. Again, go on YouTube, look at all the videos. Guys either like it or they kind of mock this gun because of the cost. And I think that's the same with, you kind of find in the budget-friendly 1911 game, is people, if you're not spending, you know, $2,000 on a gun, or now the trend is, oh, build it yourself, that it's not any good. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't had any problems with this gun. I like it, you know, since I've bought it. I've had a friend and my brother-in-law both shoot it, and they've went out and bought one, and neither of them have had problems. I mean, it comes, you know, it's got the forward assist, it's got a dust cover, you know, just the standard A2 flash hider. You know, it's a basic gun. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. Like I said, if I did anything else to this gun, it would be I wouldn't mess with the gas system. I'd leave the carbine length gas tube in, and all I would do is get a mid-length rail on it, and I might still do that. And I've kind of kicked around the idea of getting a new, more expensive AR, but when I look at it, I don't know what I'd use it for. This is kind of a hobby gun for me. I wanted a rifle. I knew I wanted an AR. I hadn't had much experience with them because I do more competition pistol shooting, and when I go to the range, I'd rather shoot pistols. I do love shooting this. It's a lot of fun, but what this is it's a fun gun for me. It's a when I'm out on the farm, right after I first bought it, I took it to an indoor range because it was winter time, and I just didn't enjoy shooting it indoors. You know, 25 yards wasn't enjoyable for this for me. Yeah, it's great if you want to use it to sight in your optic or something like that, but where I like this gun is where I'm outside and take the time, and you shoot up, set up water jugs and stuff like that, and you get a little bit more distance with it. Is this the SHTF gun for those prepper types? Maybe. I mean, shouldn't everybody have a rifle? I believe so. This is one of the, if you're going to own 5 guns, an AR-15 I believe is one of them. Which AR-15 is up to you. Like I said, I've kicked around the idea of getting a more expensive gun, or maybe building one. But in the end, I don't know why. I can use that money to buy another pistol or something like that I would use more often. But for the money, hands down, I think it's a win, because like I said, scour the internet for $450 to $500. You can't go wrong. And a lot of guys a lot of the AR world is name recognition too. It's the Smith & Wesson, it's the Ruger, which those are awesome, what I would call budget guns also, because they are about the same price as this. Should you get this over one of those? I don't know. I haven't shot those. I've heard really great things about the Ruger and the MMP and this gun also. But at the time when I was looking, those guns were, $150, $200 more than this. So I went with the budget route and got this DPMS, and it hasn't given me a single problem. Maybe in the future, maybe I just buy a different upper and go and slap a different upper on here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to keep this gun how it is right now, because for me it's ran great. And eventually I think I might, you know, get into a more expensive gun. I'd love a Daniel Defense just because they're great looking guns. But honestly, I'd probably be happy with the Ruger 5.56. And then if I buy that, I mean, it's basically two of the same gun, and the guys are going to get online and pick this apart in the details. But for a guy that doesn't do a ton of shooting, they are basically the same gun. It's a price point gun that when you pull the trigger, it sends around down the range. You know, look online. I haven't seen tons of guys having troubles with these. They do just fine. The barrels are fine. You know, and you know, the quality, like the finish. Excuse my reach. The finish isn't great on the barrel, so that's where the cost, you know, the cost savings comes in. So that's just my take on it. Budget. If you watch my 1911 video, budget doesn't mean cheap. Budget is exactly what budget means. It's a price point. It's an entry-level price point to get your foot into the door on something that normally might be out of your range. Because let's be honest, if I had $1,500 or $2,000, you know, that's a couple Glocks and a bunch of ammo or a training class for me. I do want to take a carbine class. I've been watching in my area. There's a couple instructors in my area that I really want to get a class from, and I think it would be fun to kind of run this gun through its paces and see what it could do. You know, is it going to blow up in my face? Probably not. Is it going to give me problems? I don't know. It depends. I think when it comes down to it, it's maintenance and how well you clean your firearm. And at the end of the day, if you know, take care of your gun, it's going to take care of you. So that's my take on it. If you guys have any questions, comments, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe. You know, subscribe to our channel. I can't believe, you know, we started this channel for fun and we're at 150 some subscribers now, and that's pretty cool. Let me know what kind of content you guys would like to see. What kind of stuff you'd like to see. I haven't got any shooting videos of this, so I think I'm gonna do some shooting videos with this and put more rounds through it and maybe see what it can take, and if I abuse it or whatever. When does it finally stop? You know, or maybe buy a more expensive gun and compare the two. Something like that. Let me know what you guys think. Let me go, you guys that have those expensive rifles. Why is it better? Why is it $1,500 more better than this one? So that's all I got. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.